Hey, just a heads up, there is still few days to vote for your favorite new content creator this year for the Golden Gnomes. So, if you enjoyed any of the 150 plus videos I've uploaded this year, consider voting for me. Link is in the description. Okay, love you. Mwah. Let's start the video. I was doing Monkey Madness on my Iron Man few weeks ago, which by the way, I have a series on called Lord of the Rings, and after the quest ended, I was curious, is it still possible to smuggle the monkey from RD Zoo after the quest is completed? And it turns out the answer is yes, you can still smuggle it out after the quest is completed. In fact, you can even high alch the monkey, but unfortunately you will get 0 GP for it. I promise no monkeys were harmed in the making of this video. Well, except this one. And that made me wonder, is there more interesting facts in this game that not many people know about? And this is a very smooth transition into 15 minutes of fun old school Runescape facts starting in the Gnome Stronghold. And you wanna know why we're starting here? Because there is very easily accessible dragon impling spawn that gets trapped in the 3 Gnome Stronghold swamp, or the tortoise cage. It's a very nice way for Iron Man to catch dragon or lucky implings by just world hopping around, and it's also very profitable for normal accounts as well. I spent about an hour here and I found 2 dragon implings in total and many other implings like ninjas, magpies and so on. I made about 1.1 million GP profit, and the reason why this place is better than the other spawns is because the fences around the swamp and around the tortoise area trap the implings in. They can't go over the fence, so it's almost a static spawn in a way. It's a really good way to boost items if you want implings. I've seen a lot of players saying that getting the Lovakenj's favor is one of the worst things in the game because you keep getting hit by the smoke clouds. Well, there's a solution to this. If you attack the spider once and lure it over to a point where you have to mine, the clouds will no longer go over you, and essentially now you take 0 damage here. You can stay here as long as you want. It's actually a pretty decent mining experience per hour as well, because you don't really have to move and you get 25 experience per sulfur. So hopefully this makes getting your favor much easier now. Next up, I want to talk about boots. Yes, boots. I've seen a lot of early level players go for snakeskin boots at the start of their journey, but there is actually one pair that is better range and is completely free, and it takes like 5 minutes to get. It's a Zazian Boots 5. They have better stats than snakeskin boots. That's it. And if you lose them, you can come back here and reclaim them for free. The same goes for gloves, by the way. Zazian armor is one of the best armors you can get as an early game Iron Man. It gives so many stats. There is actually a lot of items people aren't familiar with that work for early Iron Man. For instance, the gnome hats have exact same magic boost as salad ropes, but are much cheaper to buy. Another one is yak D-hide legs, which offer better stats than green D-hide, but only require 20 defense level and is much easier and faster to obtain. And there are many other items out there, so I recommend always keep searching for the best options with the least amount of efforts. Okay, let's go to the next one, and this is my favorite in this episode. Now, when I found out about this, I did not believe it at first, but after testing it out, it turns out that this is true. Apparently, the cow kick home teleport animation actually acts like a 3x3 NPC barrier, which you can use to safe spot any NPC in the game basically. Granted, it is very click intensive method. You don't see me spam clicking on the second monitor right now, but it does exist, and I bet it could be used to discover new methods of doing bosses. If you actually wanna unlock the home teleport animation yourself, just come to Trainer Village, talk to Django and redeem the code, and type in OSRS RF 2014. Here you go. Happy safe spotting. When playing the Guardians of the Rift minigame, to ensure you never miss the start of the game, you can click on Start Mining and on the same tick, click on any skill info tab or any other stalling method, and when the timer goes down to 0, your character will automatically start to mine, ensuring you don't miss out on any fragments. Let's talk about one item I haven't seen many players who are not pickers use these days, and that's Phoenix necklaces. These are a hard counter to anyone rushing you in the wilderness, or if you're under attack by a clan, because it does 2 things. It restores up to 29 HP instantly and cancels all the damage in queue, meaning if you were gonna die from a hit and the Phoenix necklace goes off, you will survive. If you manage to eat a shark plus Gram 1 with the necklace, you can effectively heal yourself back to 70 HP in less than a second. Do me a favor, take few necklaces with you when you go hunt those wieldy bosses. It's extremely useful and oftentimes the only reason between you spawning in Lumbridge and getting out alive. Everyone knows jugs of wine are really cheap food for early level accounts, but the problem is everyone is buying them, so oftentimes you are left with worlds that have zero stock in them. Well, there is another food that is extremely cheap and affordable for early level accounts, and that is meat pies. They heal for 12 HP and they can be bought for 18 GP in West RD General Store. Just don't ask what's inside the meat pie, okay? And the mildly interesting part is that if you're a normal account, you can sell the pie shell back for 50 GP profit per pie. Okay, here's a quick one. If you're lost and you need to find a way back to bank fast, the closest bank in Oldschool Runescape, if you have 0 teleports in your inventory, is actually the fishing trawler minigame teleport. All you have to do is go to your grouping tab, click on fishing trawler, teleport, and about 10 seconds later you are gonna be 5 tiles away from a bank chest. And here's another closest source that is water related. There is a sink in the Hasidius kitchen which is exactly 0 tiles away from a bank chest. Really useful for Iron Man who need it for cooking or herblore. Here's a fun fact for you. There is a plugin that allows you to see the ancient teleport spells with their actual names. For instance, Parava teleport is actually Edgeville dungeon teleport, and so on. No more need to spell out Karalangar and wondering if someone is putting a curse on you. Here's another cool one. If you have any leftover spirit seeds or saplings in your bank from doing PVM, you can trade them in at the Farming Guild Master for extra seed packs and make either a little bit of extra GP or just generally good source for other seeds. I traded in over 10 spirit seeds and I made almost 1 million GP in few minutes. And to add on top of that, you can right click on the seed pack to open up the entire thing all at once and not spam click through it. Okay, here's another cool trick. I played this game for 17 years and I learned this last week. Apparently you can use the dye ingredients on Achi in Trainer Village to skip the entire incredibly long dialogue and get your dyes straight away. This will save you so much time down the line, I promise. And another cool trick I didn't even think about before, but you can combo eat strange fruits with stamina potions to get insta plus 50 run regeneration. It's extremely useful in blast furnaces if you just forget to restore run energy or any other place where run restore is a necessity. It also works with super energy potions and normal energy potions. With just few clicks you can get your run instantly back to 100. There is a way to get to Edgeville using only Ring of Dwelling, and for that you need to go to Ferox Enclave. You go downstairs to the basement and over here there is a portal to Soul Wars. Once you enter Soul Wars you can take the same portal again by right clicking on it. And this time you will spawn in Edgeville instead of Ferox Enclave. Here's another fast pro tip. The wise old man at Trainer Village will remove any useless quest items in your bank after you talk to him. A great way to keep your bank clean of junk items. Also, please don't remove your monkey speak amulet like I did. It's just a pain to get back, trust me. And last but not least, if you're planning to AFK training ranged at Sandcrabs or wherever else, please do not use knives for training anymore. Use darts instead. They are almost exclusively much cheaper and have almost identical stats. For instance, mithril knives are currently 120 GP each, while mithril darts are 4 GP each. And they are pretty much the same thing. And this exact same scenario goes for adamant versions as well. The darts are like 10 times cheaper than the knives, but they are stronger. So from now on, I don't want any of you using knives for training anymore. Okay? Okay. But that does it for me. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in few days with another video. Go vote for the golden gnomes, okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye.